1984, philosophy professor David Kolb developed a new model of learning styles and a theory of learning. Kolb's learning theory can be broken down into two parts: a cycle of learning that is made up of four distinct stages and four distinct styles of learning. Kolb defined learning as when abstract concepts are acquired and have the ability to be applied within an array of situations, and when new experiences motivate new concepts to arise. In this video, I am going to discuss about David Kolb's learning cycle and learning by experience. In Kolb's theory of learning, there are four stages of a learning cycle. When a person is learning, they go through all four stages. Concrete experience. A person faces a new experience or reinterprets an experience that has previously existed. Reflective observation. This is the observation of any new experience. Inconsistencies between understanding and the experience are particularly noteworthy. Abstract conceptualization. From reflection comes a new idea. This can also pertain to the modification of an abstract concept that already exists. Active experimentation. The individual then applies this idea to the world and sees what the end results are. From these four stages, Kolb maps out four distinct learning styles. According to Kolb, different people prefer different learning styles, and this is influenced by numerous factors, including the educational experiences, cognitive structure, and social environmental of the individual. No matter what the influences are, an individual's preferences in learning style is the product of two choices. Kolb expressed these choices or variables as an axis. On opposite ends of the lines are conflicting modes: feeling, that is concrete experience or CE, versus thinking, that is abstract conceptualization or AC, and doing, that is abstract experimentation or AE, versus watching, that is reflective observation or RO. The east-west axis is known as the processing continuum, and it deals with how a person approaches to given task. The north-south axis is referred to as the perception continuum, and it deals with the emotional response of an individual. According to Kolb, an individual cannot experience the two variables on a single axis at once. With this information, Kolb then identified four learning styles that people use depending on where they fall on the continuum: accommodating, diverging, converging, and assimilating. While every person uses the different types of learning styles, some are preferred more than others. To better understand how these learning styles work, consider the following diagram and chart. Now, the more detailed look at the Kolb's theory. The first one is accommodating, that is doing and feeling. This type of learning style depends on the use of intuition instead of logic. Often people employ it will follow their gut instinct. When a person has an accommodating learning style, he or she will commonly depend on other people for information and then analyze this information on his or her own. These types of people enjoy seeing plans through and are attracted to new situations and challenges. The second one is diverging, that is feeling and watching. People that have a diverging learning style prefer watching instead of doing and solve problems through gathering information and using their imagination. Because of this, individuals are diverging learning styles have the ability to look at situations from different viewpoints and are most adept when placed in situations where the generation of ideas is needed. Individuals with diverging learning styles tend to also be sensitive, emotional, and more artistic, and they tend to enjoy working with others, getting feedback, gaining information, and listening to what others have to say with an open mind. The third one is converging, that is doing and thinking. Individuals that have converging learning styles are more technically oriented and prefer to solve problems to practical issues instead of interpersonal issues. People that have this style of learning are most adept when solving practical problems and making decisions by finding answers to questions. As a result, people with converging learning style enjoy experimenting, simulating, and working with real-world applications. The last one is assimilating, that is watching and thinking. In assimilating learning style, emphasis is placed on taking a logical approach to abstract ideas and concepts, and there is a less focus placed on pupil and practical applications. Individuals with preference for an assimilating learning style can understand a wide range of information and have the ability to assemble the information into a logical format. For this reason, an assimilating learning style works best in a scientific field. People that have assimilating learning style also prefer being able to think through a situation and examine analytical models. So, having a firm understanding of one's own learning style and the learning styles of others can be extremely important and have very real world applications. Individuals can understand how to communicate information to others in a way that will be the most effective and understand what they themselves need to improve upon. Now, try this.